In 2010, my wife and two children, aged 7 and 10 at the time, travelled for 3 months visiting 14 countries. 3 years later, in 2013, we did it again, visiting 16 countries in 3.5 months. One major problem of being together all that time, being together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 14 weeks, is conflict, because it's just not natural to be together all that time. And, there was a bit of conflict. The great thing was, though, that we got over it, we weathered it, and we survived. You grow up hearing about certain events in history and seeing particular landmarks, like the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower. Yet, to actually stand there after all those years is quite an amazing thing. You also realise how lucky we are here in Australia, because a lot of the countries we visited had experienced more recent wars, that was just amazing to see that in a lot of the countries we've been to. Also, how old places are. You just realise how young Australia really is. We slept in places or stayed in places that were 2 or 3 times older than Australia. The best places for me were those that were off the tourist traps, staying in little villages where I was the only one with a camera. In those places, we found people just so warm and giving, and they got so little to give, such as a little rural village in Macedonia that we stayed at. Those people worked really long and hard hours for very little pay. Yet despite this, they got a real love of life. And it was this attitude that really affected me, where I realised I need to really evaluate my life in terms of appreciation for all I have. You can just take so much for granted. I believe travelling changed my life forever, and I'll never be the same. I had the best time in these little places, and experiencing just for a moment how the locals live was just something I'll never forget. Someone once said that travel's the only thing that you buy that makes you richer, and I feel so wealthy for the experience.